I'm going to be extremely clear when I say this. Just because somebody files a police report and claims to be a victim of something, it doesn't mean the story is always true. Many times it is, many times it isn't. Is there evidence? You don't believe me when you take a look in the Bible? You remember Joseph and Potiphar's wife? Yeah, but even with that, which brings me to this next thing. Even does the evidence stick? Is the evidence correct evidence? Because with Potiphar's wife, she claimed that Joseph inappropriately tried to, right? Joseph ran off because he didn't want to dishonor God. He didn't want to dishonor Potiphar. He didn't want to. He don't want to. So he ran off. But she took a piece of, his clothing, and that was presented as evidence. It wasn't evidence. It was just evidence that he was there and that he tried to run. But it wasn't evidence that he tried to do something. Let the I'm telling you, man, you got to be careful. You got to be careful with who you believe, with who you listen to, because not everybody that says they're a victim is a victim. On the contrary, many times in the same regard, there are people that's legitimately doing stuff to people, and people are legitimately victims. It's a very thin line you have to walk, because if you don't get all the evidence of something, then God is going to get you. Hence why Proverbs says that essentially a foolish person doesn't gather evidence before they come to a conclusion. And I'm paraphrasing. So make sure you have evidence before you come to a conclusion on anything. All right. If you like content like this, you can follow for more. Now make sure the evidence is also actual evidence. Okay. This month's class, both my wife and I are doing a detailed class where we are talking about something that's not talked about a lot in church, and that's sex, that subject, of course, abstaining from it in your single life, what it means to a married couple, the spirituality of it, because I believe in marriage that it is one of the highest forms of worship that you and your spouse can do together, just because of the oneness that's literally created by God. God was very intentional when he made it. Don't try to shy away from that. God was very intentional. As well as a lot more. We're going to be teaching how the enemy took it out of context, perverted it with witchcraft and all that. Click the Eventbrite link in my bio or story to sign up. It's pre-recorded. You can watch at your convenience.